Good morning, dear students. This is Dr. Jyotsna Aneja, Assistant Professor and HOD in BPT Department of RPIT Technical and Medical Campus. Today, I'm going to start a topic of rehabilitation, that is wheelchair. So, wheelchair is not just a chair with wheels. It is a second home to the patient since he spends so much time in it. The patient wheelchair should be designed for comfort and ease of manipulation. Wheelchairs differ in design and construction based on the needs of individuals and their disabilities. Wheelchairs come in three sizes: for adults, for children, and for tiny tots. Since many of the disabled individuals live out of wheelchairs, it is important to prescribe the most comfortable one for the patient and the given circumstances. So there are different types of wheelchair based on the propulsion method, mechanism of control, and technology used. Some are attendants, which are propelled by the attendants. These are called the attendant propelled chairs. Manual chairs, which are propelled by the patient himself or herself. Power mobility chairs, these are the power devices. Mobility scooters, single arm drive chairs, especially for the hemiplegics. Reclining wheelchair, standing wheelchair, sports wheelchair for the sports person who want to participate in the Paralympics, iBot, and the smart wheelchairs. So tendon propelled chairs are those which are designed to be pushed by the another individual because of user's inability to propel or operate manual wheelchair in a functional or safe manner. Manual chairs for those who can propel and brake using the upper limb have variety of frame types, weights, and transport feature. Motorized chairs who cannot propel a chair either using hand or feet, for whom the energy expenditure required to work or propel a manual chair is contraindicated, who are prone to repetitive stress, injuries, who have neuromuscular dysfunction. Mobility scooters share some features with power chairs but primarily addressed for people with the limited ability to walk but who might not otherwise consider themselves disabled, typically three-wheeled with a base on which is mounted a basic seat at the rear with a control tiller at the front. Single arm drive chair, these are for the hemiplegics, enables the user to self-propel a manual wheelchair using only a single arm. Large wheel on the same side as the arm to be used is fitted with the two concentric hand rims, one of the smaller diameter than the other. The outer smaller rim is connected to the wheel on the opposite side by inner concentric axle. Reclining wheelchair have sitting system which can be tilted to various angles. Good for persons who are unable to sit upright for extended periods because of pain or other reasons. Various designs are available, and wheelchair with the feature may either tilt the seat back and leg rest in relation to seat or may tilt the entire back, seat, and leg rest as one depending on the need of the users. Can be used as both a wheelchair and a standing frame. Benefits: aids independence and productivity, extending access, relief of pressure, reduction of pressure sores, reduction in abnormal muscle tone, spasticity, and skeletal deformities, raising self-esteem and psychological well-being. Sports wheelchair, those who want to participate in the Paralympics, they use sports wheelchair. These are the modified versions of the wheelchair, and they are developed for athletes for basketball, rugby players, tennis, racing, dancing, cambered wheelchair. iBot, they are developed by the Dean Kamen that incorporates gyroscopic and active control technology, enabling the chair to balance and run on only two of its four wheels on some surface. Smart wheelchairs use control system to augment or replace user control. Purpose is to reduce or eliminate the user's task of driving a wheelchair. Controlled via computer, has a suite of sensors and applies techniques in mobile robotics. Interface may consist of a conventional wheelchair joystick. So these are the basic parts of the normal wheelchair. We have a push handle, armrest, push rings, brakes, rear wheel, anti-tip bar, caster wheels in the front, backrest, giving support to the back, cushioning, seat, frame, calf straps, supporting your calves, and foot plates where you can rest your feet. So frames, wheelchair frames are either rigid or folding. The type of frame affects the maneuverability of the chair. A rigid frame in one solid piece is lighter and used more for sports and other rugged activities, while a folding frame is heavier and requires more effort to maneuver but is more convenient for storage in the home and for placing in the car while traveling seat occupies much less space. The tires in the wheelchair depends on the use of a chair. Some tires are made of solid hard polyurethane and having a smooth tread are designed for indoor use, allowing for easy maneuverability on smooth surfaces. And pneumatic tires, which are used for the outdoor purposes, they provide better shock absorption and a smooth ride on uneven surfaces. Wheels, they also have two types. Some are solid magnesium and some are with spokes. Solid magnesium never lose their shape or they don't need adjustments frequently, while the spoked wheels are lighter and easier to maneuver, but there is a disadvantage in the spoked wheels that the spokes are easily broken and will cause the wheel to lose its shape. Brakes, there is a separate brake for each wheel of the chair. Brakes must be put on when stopping the chair. So when the person is being transferred in or out of the chair or whenever a procedure like standing up in the wheelchair or eating from a tray. So brakes are required for those purposes. Casters, there are two casters in front of the wheels. They are different from wheels in that they can revolve in all directions and allow for better front end maneuverability on smooth surfaces. They are again of three types. Some are pneumatic, some are semi-pneumatic or some are solid. Semi-pneumatic are better preferred on the uneven terrains. Pneumatic provide for greater shock absorption, but the air should be properly filled in the pneumatic casters for properly use. Solid casters are good on smooth surfaces. Push rims, which are called hand rims. This type of push rim depends on the user's grip. Standard metal rims, some are frictional rims, and some other rims with projection. Those who have no issue in the grip, they can use the standard metal rims. While those who have a problem with the grip, they can either use the frictional rims or the rims with projections. Footrest maintain the feet in neutral and prevent deformities like venous. They are either fixed or movable. Swing away footrest are more convenient but increase the length of the chair, which affect maneuverability and the turning. Tilt bars, which project from the back of frame, usually 2 to 3 inches above the floor, are used by the individual who is pushing the wheelchair. So by placing the foot on the tilt bar and pushing down with the foot, the person can tilt the wheelchair back, allowing the caster to rise off the ground, thus enabling them to clear a doorstep or a curb. Backrest. High wheelchair backs provide trunk support and are ideal for a high-level quadriplegic or a child with cerebral palsy. With poor sitting balance, low chair backs provide a greater freedom for movement and are preferred by the individual with low-level spinal cord lesions. Armrests. Removable armrests are convenient, provide support, and make transferring easier when detached. Armrests can also be fixed or adjustable in height and may be partial length or full length. Seats. So for the prescription of which seat to be given on the wheelchair, this depends on the person's or patient's assessment. Patient come in all sizes. It makes sense to the measurement for the seat so that he is most comfortable. So dimensions to be taken into consideration are the seat height, depth, and width. For the seat width, first we have to measure the width of the widest part of the buttocks and then 1 inch wider. For seat height, distance should be measured from the bottom of the heel to the popliteal area and 2 inches higher than that distance. For seat depth, 1 to 2 inches longer than the distance from the popliteal area to the back of the buttocks. For the backrest height, 2 inches less than the distance from the inferior angle of the scapula to the sitting surface. And for armrest height, distance from bottom of buttocks to the elbow. So these considerations should be kept in mind while ordering or while customizing the wheelchair. Cushions are used to achieve the most comfortable and supportive position possible and sometimes can make all the differences in the prevention of a secondary disability like pressure sores. The cushions may be air-filled, gel-filled, contour form. Headrests are prescribed for those who have no head control and have primitive neck reflexes. It is also detachable. Clothes guard, these prevent loose-fitting clothes from getting entangled in the wheels. Anti-tip bars. Anti-tip bars keep the chair from tipping too far backward. They are used primarily by new users, by those with a high-level spinal cord injury. So these are the basic parts of the wheelchair, which rehabilitation point of view, a physiotherapist should know. And training to use the wheelchair, the patient is taught basic movements within the wheelchair. He learns to use the brakes, remove and replace the arm, back and footrest in the maneuvering of the wheelchair. He practices to lift his buttocks in the chair, perform a wheelie, to push on a flat surface or slope, and to turn it. Objects which he can use on the chair, like a tray or computer keyboard, may also given to him during the practice session. So this is all about a brief discussion about the wheelchair. Hope you will understand it. Thank you. If you have any feedback, any queries, you can write me on the hodbpt@rpit.com. Please share and like our videos and don't forget to subscribe our channel. Thank you so much.